can tell from the name Studio Hermit Ed, I'm a bit of a hermit. And I like playing by myself. Okay, get your heads out of the gutters. I like girls. Okay, I'm married to a woman. I do like being a one-man band once in a while. It's a lot of fun, you know, putting all those parts down and seeing a song come to fruition. My dad bought me my first cassette recorder. It was a dual cassette, and I could overdub. Play back one cassette and record on another cassette. And then I graduated to 4 tracks. I went from 4-track cassettes straight into ADAT after that. Okay, and once I got into ADAT, now about that same time they were starting to come out with these digital all-in-one boxes. Now I never owned an all-in-one box, and that's what I thought I'd make a video. Why have I never owned an all-in-one box? I mean, I've had a lot of them come in here. All of them, in fact. Fostex, Roland, Tascam. I mean, guys have brought in their tracks on just about everything you can imagine. Even 4-track cassettes. And you take that, you know, songwriters, and then you progress and you make a song with the full drums and everything. I'm getting too far ahead of myself here. So, once I got into the Alesis ADAT machines, I bought another one. And then I had 2 ADAT machines, and I had a Mackie 32x8 mixing board. When you have the ability to record 16 tracks at once, and they sound pretty good, you know, digitally, it wasn't as good as reel-to-reel, not really, now we know that. But once we got in to the ADATs and 16 channels at once recording, it was all over because I could record bands. And once bands came in, you know, there was no chance for me to experiment with these digital all-in-one boxes because I was already recording old bands in a band myself, and I had to record my band. And by the time we got really serious about recording, I was using an HD24, Tascam HD24, and I had a Tascam M320 mixing board, and it was 20x4x2. The Tascam I always thought sounded better than the Mackie mixing board. Now that's another, my opinion, thing, but the Tascam I thought sounded better. Once I got to the HD recorders though, past them into the DAW, I felt I needed balanced inputs. That's why I sold the Tascam and ended up with an Allen and Heath mixing board. I had an Allen and Heath 40x8 in here, okay, which was, yeah, big, huge, you know. Because I could record whole bands, I mean, when a whole band comes in, you know, all the drums, everybody needs monitor mixes. I was pretty much so far away from the all-in-one boxes that I never had much experience with them until guys started bringing them in, and I had to learn how to get the tracks off of them. I had to learn just enough to get the tracks into my DAW, and then we went from there, you know, recording all the parts and mixing down on my bigger board, and because guys wanted to take their music to another level. Had a lot of sequencers, but however you can get your music down, you get it down, right? But I thought often about maybe getting myself one of those all-in-one boxes and going back to my bedroom or my basement to record, because so I don't need all this real estate. Because as I get older, you know, less and less bands come to the studio because they don't need me. That's the main. There are still bands, I understand that. They don't need a studio anymore. I mean, a lot of guys around here are using these PreSonus mixing boards. And hey, the digital, my CQ20B back there has a hard drive recorder in it. And you can put that on, I mean, you can do anything today. And you don't need a studio anymore. I get that, okay? The only reason why bands would come in here now is if I pay them. Every now and then young ones that don't have anything, you know, they'll come in and I get to record a lot of young bands. But I never got into the all-in-one boxes, you know, the little Roland units, or I know a lot of you guys are using the Tascam, which I always loved that Tascam sound. It's Tascam stuff. I think they have some filters in there going on, but I always loved the way their stuff sounded. So, I mean, in fact, after I sold my M320 mixing board, I found that there were mods you could do to those to make balanced outputs. And boy, I wish I still had that. You know, it was a nice size 20 channel by 4. It would be perfect for me right now. Something I kind of missed out on, I think. Maybe I need to get an all-in-one box and see about downsizing my real estate here. That's it for this video. Yeah, I'm still a hermit. You know, I kind of went full scale. I started out as a hermit, recording, playing with myself, and went through the band period. Now I'm spending a lot of time by myself in here as a hermit again. So maybe it's time for an all-in-one box. Let me know what you think. But I mean, I kind of like the DAW being able to see. I don't know if I can live without my analyzers and everything in the DAW, but oh well. Hey, thanks for listening to this long-winded video, and make sure and subscribe and hit the thumbs up to make an old guy feel better. Okay, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.